filthy and shit. I don't know how good the
Man,
camera
I've
is.
been moving around
Cause
all
I've
day
been,
too, bro.
nigga, I've been helping Anthony move his fucking restaurant and shit. All that fucking equipment we had in one spot. Damn, leash. What's good? What's good? What's good? Peace and blessings. What's happening? This your boy 7. Inglewood's on right now in your zone. And man, this is the KC Info Rail, Kansas City's best and newest podcast and growing fast. Check us out. It is me, your boy 7, and none other than your grandma's favorite, Mr. Randy Happ. How you doing, man?
Oh, what's poppin', man? What's good?
Man, I'm
Chilling,
good.
man.
I'm good.
Chilling.
So, how's your week been? You ever?
Well, the week's been cool, man. This rain though, like I had to check at these spots, man. Basements flooded, you know what I'm saying? So we had to handle those situations and all that. And on top of that, like with all this stuff that's going on, like man, I think I got pulled over by a cop, and he was actually kind of like trying to be lenient or whatever with me, bro. And I'm like, man, like it was like, whoa. I mean, I was pissed at first, but I was like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell this down a second. Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, it was pretty cool though, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a chance to get some rain, get to stay in the house. You know, it's been like fairly nice as of late. It was nice today on top of that, but we're just out here watching everything, looking at life, you know what I'm saying? Growing, reading, learning, doing what we need to do every day, man. What about you? How's your week been?
Man, my week actually has been pretty decent. The rain kind of, you know what I'm saying, made some things look kind of strange for me, you know what I'm saying, for, what was it, like, I think it was the entire of Thursday, it rained. Actually, it rained from Wednesday afternoon till Thursday evening. You know what I'm saying, for at least for me. And man, my crops get nice and
man,
you know
you got some rain.
Yeah.
Much needed rain.
I mean, my crops got some rain, you know what I'm saying, but I felt like stuff was a little bit too you know, like I didn't want anything to get flooded out.
Everything was saturated.
Yeah. So I had to protect everything. Plus now I told you last week I'm dealing with these squirrels, right? So now I got to build this. Man, I invested so much into this damn thing. I should have just bought vegetables. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What you planting?
No, I mean, I got chard. You know what I'm saying? I have chard. I have spinach, kale, peppers, watermelon, squash, corn, cucumbers, tomatoes. You know, I got a little bit of variety.
You prepared for the revolution, huh?
Hey, I ain't got my hunting bow yet. You know what I'm saying? Man, but I do get a deer that appears in my backyard every now and then. And if it comes between me and him, I don't know. He'll probably still win. Let me quit playing.
You said he gonna win.
Let me quit playing. I don't know. I'll probably be like Ricky Stratton in that episode of Silver Spoons. If y'all remember back in the day when he was like, "Did you see his eyes? Did you see his eyes?" Like I'll be sitting there like that, you know what I'm saying, traumatized, can't eat the meat. I'm mad about my deer jerky not tasting, you know what I'm saying, not tasting as delicious as I needed to. Anyway, can y'all hear us out there? Check it. Yeah. Let us know if y'all can hear us, because I thought I heard, and on the mic check it sounded delicious earlier, but if not, y'all let us know.
Nah, I think we good. Like I just checked it out. We good. If somebody in here, let us know, man. Like I could be getting old, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You get old, you lose a sense or something. So my hearing, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They say you got a little farmer's market. You starting.
Hey, yeah, facts.
Selling soups and salads.
Facts. Whatever excess I have, you know what I'm saying? Folks are welcome to it, you know. But of course, I gotta make sure I get mine. But facts, you know what I'm saying? Check this out. Here's some really dope stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I was helping this woman out. You know, people who don't know, have a degree in accounting and finance. And
he's a smart guy, man.
Whatever that. So I've been able to help people do their taxes and help create and set up accounting systems for small businesses and stuff like that. So I was helping this small business get theirs together, and we were kind of going over some options for their small business. Okay. And when we were leaving, I was talking to him, and I was like, man, you know, I noticed in your soil, you got these little 2-sprout little things growing up out your soil. Do you know what that is? Because I got that same thing growing up out of my soil, and I ain't even planted nothing in it yet. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I don't know what that is. She was like, I don't know what it is. She said, oh, but you got a garden? You know, we got a garden up here on the hill. Come and check it out. I'm like, oh, man, cool. Dude, when I went up to their little garden, right? So, it was, you know, they had like these little wedged out areas like shaped like diamonds and triangles up there. And surrounded by wood.
Put it in work, huh? They made it look good.
Oh yeah,
huh?
yeah. It was real nice. They had like strawberries, kale, spinach out there. But dude, right in the midst, just when we was walking up there was a little baby deer sitting out there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bambi.
Little baby deer.
Hey, little Bambi.
Right, little baby deer. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a good omen. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a good thing. I know having a deer, even though a deer will eat your crops just like anything else will, I would rather have a deer in my backyard than the squirrels that I got back there right now, my dude. I didn't have to put in bread. I'm
to
talking
stop them
about
squirrels.
Bread, homie. Bread. I put up.
Why don't you just poison them?
No, I can't. Well, that's the thing. Like, okay, so I was thinking about just getting a BB gun sitting on my backyard, just pop, 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 and like leaving the dead body sitting there. You know what I'm saying, for like an example for the rest of them to understand what the hell they gonna get when they come. Man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just saying.
They probably gonna stop and try to resuscitate it or something. They be like, hey man, we gotta get you back up in the game, brother.
Hey, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. We can go ahead and you know what I'm saying. Get them all lined up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Get all the bodies lined up. Like I ain't gonna be on some weird like what is it? Lord of the Flies type ish, you know what I'm saying, and put their heads on a stake and nothing like that, and you know what I'm saying, and parade them around, nothing like that. But I'm just saying, leave the bodies there, so if another squirrel comes and they be like, what is that I'm smelling? You know what I'm saying? They realize
they're gonna go back and come back with they're gonna go back and come back with a clan.
Man,
and just tear everything up.
A clan of squirrels?
Yeah, a clan of squirrels, man. You know what I'm saying? They got KKK squirrels too. They come back with white sheets over their faces, like, hey, you know what? We're going to eat all your green crops.
Don't even get me started. Don't get me started. Ladies and
shouts out to everybody on our live, man.
Man, please, thank you. And please believe we understand you could be anywhere right now, but we thank you for rocking with us right now on the rail. So as we get into it, man, let's do our first thing. Mr. Hef, have you heard?
What up?
Have you heard about Mr. Joe Biden? See, we kind of got into this a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I think we really need to,
talk about it.
We need to visit this.
All right, go ahead.
So your boy, Mr. Joe Biden, last week he was
on the Breakfast Club.
He was on the Breakfast Club, had an interview with Mr. Charlamagne the God. And throughout the conversation, I think it was like a 45-minute interview for you all who didn't get a chance to check it out. Check it out on YouTube. But my man, Mr. Biden, had an interview with Charlamagne. And throughout the interview, he called him Charlamagne twice. He called him man, hey, man, man, at least like 15, 16, 17 times.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
just do you think, like, it was done intentionally or possibly it's just like his demeanor? That's how he talked to us, man.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Like, why don't I deserve respect having you call me by my name? Because would you do that to Anderson Cooper? You know what I'm saying? Like why don't you treat them the same way? You know, like why do you feel like you need to play some kind of role and be like, hey man, So anyway, let me get to the point.
Yeah.
So they had the interview, and at the end of the interview, as they were wrapping it up. They were saying, you can't shut down black media and all this. And Joe was like, oh, I got to go. My wife's got to get on whatever, I'm late. So then Joe says, Joe says, people have a problem deciding between me and Trump that they ain't black, right? Okay, so he says that. And, Charlamagne critically says it ain't about that. It's about, the issues we want to find out. We need y'all to answer some real questions, right? So, he just kind of didn't really get into that. But, there was kind of an uproar. Joe Biden went in. Made a quick apology and all that. Trump made his shirts talking about, you ain't black and all this good humming. You know what I'm saying? And, but it almost made me feel like, do Democrats feel like they are owed the black vote? Like, well, I won't even say like that. Oh, like it's on lock.
I ain't gonna say they feel like they owe it, but they know
or they own it almost.
They possibly feel like. You black, you Democrat. You know what I'm saying? It's something that they take for granted.
Yeah,
they take for granted,
so.
And the rate that we have Trump going, people they're gonna be like, you're gonna choose the lesser of the two evil, which is the Democrat. You don't want to go with Trump again. You don't want to. So I think if he had a black person saying it, it would have, came over a little bit smoother. But Joe saying it sounded arrogant for one. For two, it's like, hey, Joe, you ain't all that. You crooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why should we vote for you? But in the same token,
but ain't the lesser of two evils still evil, bro?
Yeah, it's still evil. But at the same token, like, if you don't want Trump in, you got to vote for Joe.
Okay. Here, see, I guess that's why I got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's your problem?
And I'm not saying that, like, now don't get it twisted, because I'm not a Trump supporter in any sort of way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a Joe Biden supporter either. I don't support people. I support policy. You dig?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to look and see at what candidate I feel best would meet the needs of my people. And some of the things that are most important to me are Medicare for all, forgiving college debt forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? UBI. You know what I'm saying? Like those are things that are honestly important to me. And Joe Biden don't support none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like these are things that I think that are just cool. I think these are things that are good for my people, because I think these are things that help to get us progress forward. You know what I'm saying? Because then we're not saddled with debt. You know what I'm saying? We have at least, we don't have reparations or whatever, but at least we have a UBI, some sort of universal basic income, where we have some sort of leveling of a playing field. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have something there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because, so I think our best bet is to find a way to get together. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself.
Nah, you not. Go
but
ahead.
I'm just saying, like, I just feel like our best bet, honestly, is to get ourselves together and take, you know, regardless of who's in office, regardless of who's in office, you know what I'm saying, the presidency, go to that person, but we have to be united.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But go to that person and say, look, these are the things that we need. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we going about getting it. Joe Biden ain't talked about, he's talking about, he's not for Medicare for all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Off tops. You know what I'm saying? He definitely is not about raising minimum wage.
All right.
And that's another thing I'm about.
All right.
He ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like he's not about any of these things. So it's like if this is what Joe
policies
Biden
are.
That's what I'm saying. So like.
So, but I'm saying at this point, what options do we have?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
We don't have no other
That's
option.
what I mean. Like, so I mean, I think our best bet is to be mindful of what's going on in our state, local, and city elections, especially. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that's going on from your alderman all the way up to your governor.
All right, but let's say this real quick.
Good.
If Barack or Michelle had the chance to run, and they ran, and they made the same statement that Joe did, would you feel the same way?
What you mean?
Nah, you saying that based on their policies.
But see, that's
just so you just going with policies all the way.
Yeah, I'm going with policy. Listen, there's a lot of things that Barack did towards the end of his presidency that I really wasn't on board with, to be quite honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could talk about that, but I want to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for real. I mean, like, he killed this dude. I mean, like, what are we talking about? He was doing drone strikes. He was number one in drone strikes, drone killings. You know what I'm saying?
So
I mean, like,
it's just all about the policies. Democrats are not entitled to the black vote.
I'm not saying it. Listen, here's the thing. I never want anybody to sit there and act like, and see, here's what Joe Biden got twisted. And this is the problem that I have with him and any sort of Democrat that feels like you're entitled or you're automatically going to get my vote just because of my skin color. You know what I'm saying? But, so what was we get? We got, what historically, we've already been supporting Democrats
all this time.
The whole time. You know what I'm saying? We always been supporting Democrats, and we always been about it. But what have they got given to us?
Not much.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've got.
They our agendas is not their priority for one. It's just like they just want to get in and win, and I can understand a lot of people get in with the intentions of making changes, but they don't. We don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't control the country. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really initiate any kind of change or be that radical that says, okay, let's do this, let's do that. But they just have to be their puppets pretty much.
That's true. I mean, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because we're the ones who need them to do stuff for us.
Right.
I mean, we're the ones who need them to do things for us. I mean, for example, like we got this thing called the Voting Rights Act, right? Why is it they need to renew our voting rights every 25 years? Now, granted, the Republicans was trying to go against it. They were trying to stall the damn thing, and we, in the 23rd hour, it passed. So thankfully, black folks still can vote. Rights. Hey, but why is it we need to get this renewed? Are we human? Are we Americans or not?
You're not counted as a whole people.
That's what I'm saying. Are we Americans or not? And that's the sort of game that we're playing. And so we got Joe Biden talking about. So at the end of his interview, he was like, "Look at my record, man. Look at my record. Go back 40 years. Voting Rights Act, man. I voted for that, man. But here's the thing. So we got to go all the way back, and we're talking about that. What are you going to do now?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
He doesn't outline what he's going to do.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. So when you say things like, look at my record, that's almost saying like, I already got you, dude. I got you.
What got me on his in that interview, he started, you know how like people might have funny agendas or whatever, but at the same time they try to relate to you in some kind of a way that you can say, all right. So he's pretty much like, oh, I've been around black people my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Ray Ray and Tutu and them. So, and I'm like, that, like, all right, I understand if somebody black has said, well, if you don't vote for me, basically saying that I'm entitled to that vote. But when he started stretching it, let's say, yeah, I've been around black people. I did this, I did that. To me, that proves like, okay, bro, you probably just, you one and the same. You just like the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that I really know Joe Biden for is standing by the first black president that we had.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like that video that Ryan Davis put out when he was like, we only know you because you got invited to a party. You was somebody else's plus one. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, that's how we know you, dude, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, how you going to come up in my spot and you know what I'm saying? When you came up in here with somebody, and now you coming back around like, and
they barely introduced you,
man. Hey, I'm about to go real far back. I know they probably didn't play this scene in other movies, but my favorite way of seeing it was in Animal House. There was a scene where he did the song. You know, you made me want to shout. Right, he did that song, right? And so these white folks was hanging out with him. And they was like, hey, you know, they was hanging out and singing the song with him. So the next day they saw him and they was like, hey, my man. And dude was like, who? Who?
We don't remember you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's how it need to be, though. You know what I mean?
But like you said, like we knew Barack's policy, but like we don't really know what Joe stands for. So that puts a question mark by his name or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's either Trump or Joe.
Yes, Trump or Joe, or I mean, if you want to try to throw your vote to this third party libertarian vote person that's out there, her name is Dr. Joe. I can't remember the last name, but you all can look it up. But yeah, so, you know, people are talking about doing that and splitting the vote, and, you know, and most likely when that happens, that takes away from the Democratic vote.
Trump
so exactly. So that puts them in there anyway. I don't care. My thing is about who can I work with.
You still gonna vote for who you can work with.
I'm not even voting for. I might end up voting for dude. You know what I'm saying, Dementia Joe, just because. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep
keep it.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep hope alive.
Like, keep poke at him and be like, I think he's still moving. I think he still know what his name is. I'm Batman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is honestly, I don't think he's somebody we can even work with, especially when he's saying from jump, these are things that I'm against. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows?
I think he can. He has a level of arrogance that's
dude,
like
we talking about trying to.
You ain't did nothing to even be talking like that or whatever. But like I said, he got my vote right now.
Okay,
he got my vote right now. So
I mean, I feel you. My boy said he supports DACA and he has a plan for Latinos. Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, then he had the nerve to say that he was going to. They have a plan for black people. What? Just wait.
We've been waiting, bro.
Just wait.
We've been waiting, bro.
How long you gotta wait? You know what I'm saying?
We've been waiting, man.
That's what I'm saying. How long you supposed to be waiting for that? You know what I mean? You got that whole you did. You sitting there supposed to, you know what I'm saying, be on my side. You're somebody who's supposed to already know what the wants and needs of your populace are. The people that's within your populace, your voting block or whatever. You know the people that vote for you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know the wants and needs of those people, but You ain't trying to put no real boots on the ground and get nothing done for them.
Right, and I just seen in the comments, and I've kind of like share the same sentiments. Like, I hate when people say stuff and then just go back and apologize for it. Like, man, bro, that's what you meant to say. Like, just say it. Like, if it's like, it's not, you're not gonna please everybody, for one. For two, like, you just say what you said. People can feel how they feel. Like, you can further, you don't even owe them an explanation, but at some point you can prove yourself to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I didn't, like, because Trump get out and say, oh yeah, these Mexicans. He talk about Mexicans and all that. Like, and then he gets on here and start talking about thugs and all this. Like, bro, like, you actually feel you get on a social media platform, like, you have your people correct he got a nice cleanup crew. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. They inundate you with, I mean, even if they lie, they inundate you with that lie.
Yep.
They will hit you with it. You know what I'm saying? What is it? When Trump was like, he asked the doctors if you could inject sunlight or bleach or cleanser into your, if there was any testing or anything like that being done. He asked the doctors directly in front of the journalists. He said that directly. Then the next day he said, no, the next day he said, I was saying that for the journalists, just to see if you'd be fake news. If you'd be fake news, folks, I know they'd be fake news. Like he has to, and he just kept on hitting them and kept on hitting them and kept on hitting them. And what happened? It's like, if he keeps on saying a lie long enough, either it becomes the truth or people just say,
start
you know
believing
what?
it. Yeah.
Whatever. But
Just
even
let
with
it
him,
go.
But with him, it's like I would say it doesn't even get to the point of going down. It's like it kind of starts to go down, or you know, it like whatever the tension or whatever, it starts to build up, then it goes down a little bit, then something else comes up to take its place. So you forget about that
The
last
old
thing, because the
like,
new thing.
still,
what's the new thing?
Yeah,
what's the
it
new
ain't
thing?
dead. It ain't dead. It's another monster in here.
What is it?
It's a new monster.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So
hey, the old thing, we ain't never get no closure on it. No kind of closure. So we just keep going like, oh, it's something new. Like, man, and it's that's what worries me the most about this whole election. Like, with things just keep popping up. Like, okay, we seen that he's incompetent, taking care of what he's supposed to take care of as a president.
Right.
But also we're seeing, like, okay, it's news items that pop up like this with Biden, where he comes out and then just bam, makes another claim on being president again for another 4 years, just getting on Biden's head like, you're not qualified, you can't talk to me or whatever. So for the people who were still, like I said, didn't get any closure on the previous issue, like, yeah, he do got a point. Biden, he was just a plus one.
Yeah.
He was, you know what I'm saying? So he stays relevant, and like, if you're relevant, that's the name people are gonna remember.
Yeah, absolutely. And that kind of goes to that notion of what is it? No press is bad press.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's using that to his advantage. He did the last election, and that, like I said, that worries me a little bit.
Man. So anyway, we're gonna leave it with y'all. I mean, what do y'all think? We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, Joe Biden out there talking about it. Again, now I know what he was trying to say. It was almost one of them. You ain't, you know.
You ain't black if you don't vote for me.
And I have to, and I got. Let me just speak on this real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me just go ahead and say this. See, because I'm sorry. I'm really getting tired of us when it comes to tokenism and that thing that we do when we kind of say, a white person did some derogatory, stereotypical black thing or thing that's associated with black folks. So, he black. Bill Clinton, he cheated on his baby mama. He black. Yeah, this person that did this other thing, he black. And so we'll let them in.
Let him
you know
slide.
what I'm saying? We'll let them in on bullshit. Pardon my French, but we'll let them in on bull crap. But we won't. And then we won't check them after they get in. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we didn't let them get in on a smile and a handshake, and they ain't did nothing really for us. Because all they did was sit there and slide and play the saxophone and put on some sunglasses and do
something for the culture. They do something for the culture just to be relatable.
Did it for the culture.
Did it for the culture,
you know
get relatable, and then still
something.
they didn't make no impact. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah.
Anyway, man, I'm a god. Anyway.
But like I'm saying, bro, if a black person were to say it, it would have been cool. Like look like growing up.
But see, here's the
thing.
No,
growing up, I mean, being in school.
I get that.
No,
but
growing up and being in school, bro.
I get that. But but honestly, I don't think a black politician would have said that. To be quite honest, I don't think a credible black politician would have said that. I don't think they would have. I think
if I were running and I'm like, hey, if I knew black people were like a majority in this country, I'm like, hey, vote for me because you black. Like, and that's gonna be the general consensus anyway. A lot of people they see you, hey, just vote for me because I'm black.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you can find out about my politics. I'm gonna prove myself.
I'm rooting for everybody black. Everybody black, because I know that you had to go through something to get here. So I'll support your struggle.
And like I'm saying, on top of that, like it was just like common things that we do in our society. Like it was something that's relatable. Like most black, like let's say you say, all right, I ain't never seen Belly. I ain't never seen Scarface. I ain't never seen none of that. You ain't black.
Absolutely.
You ain't black.
Right. Yeah. Like, you know, dude, we send those lists around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are the movies. These are the 20 movies you needed to see. Five Heartbeats, The Color Purple, Belly, you know what I'm saying? What else? What's the one with Mekhi Phifer?
What, New York Undercover?
No. With Mekhi Phifer and oh man, y'all gotta help me out. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, so like they throw out these movies, and these are the movies you gotta see. I mean, if you ain't got this many out of this many, then you ain't black. You know, like.
And I'm saying he's just using the same tactic.
I get it, and that's cool. And why can't we associate ourselves with something more than that, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. I totally agree with it. That's the thing
that gets me. And so it's like, so again, while I understand that Joe Biden was playing the game that we play among ourselves sometimes as well, you know what I'm saying, which we need to stop doing, you know what I'm saying? He really stepped over the line, to be quite honest. I mean, to be quite honest, he just stepped over the line. He stepped over the line. I mean, he was trying to do a joke. The punchline didn't land, and you know what I'm saying.
He said he got hung, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
He went above the rim, but he didn't.
He didn't dunk it. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't dunk it.
He couldn't bring it home. You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy though, bro.
Anyway.
But hey, shout out to Joe, man. Hopefully he wins, man. Just vote for him because you. Man, if you're here, you locked into the Kansas City Info Real, man. Kansas City's fastest growing podcast. I am your boy Randy Heff, and this is my co-host.
Man, it's your boy 7 Black Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peace and blessings.
Man, we got the lady in the park incident. What's her name? Amy.
Miss Amy Cooper.
Amy Cooper, man.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so,
bro,
okay, go ahead.
Before we basically a black man's in the park.
Man, I feel like I'm go ahead.
A black man's in the park, and he's just has his camera out, telling this lady she can't do whatever she's doing. She starts getting super dramatic, way too dramatic for me, like way too dramatic for a black person, way too dramatic for a man. Way too dramatic for a man that's taller than her. Like, it's just overly dramatic. And she gets on the phone making it seem like she's getting attacked by this guy, or this guy is trying to do something bad to her or something wrong to her. And she gets on the phone and call the cops. And guess whose side they gonna be on?
Wait, in her defense, he did say, okay, then you're going to do what you want, and I'm going to do what I'm going to have to do, and you're not going to like it. He said that, and so that from this big black man.
Okay.
Who,
but I'm sure she'd like it. It was a
dog, you wild. No.
But yeah, on a serious note, go ahead.
No. I mean, I'm just saying. So I'm just saying. So the dude was like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you're not gonna like it. Now, what that actually was pulling out dog treats to give to the dog.
Okay.
So because generally people in New York, especially when people out walking their dogs, they don't like people feeding their dogs. So that'll make them put their dog on the leash, and that's all he wanted in the first place.
Oh, okay.
So and because it was in a bird sanctuary where there was a sign that said, "Please keep your dog on the leash." I mean, this was a leashed area because otherwise you'll disturb the bird sanctuary, and that's what it was. They had like these plants and foliage that was set up in the ground, so that way these birds who like to come to the ground could come around. These rare birds or whatever type of birds that like to be on the ground specifically can be seen by bird watchers like my boy Chris Cooper, no relation to Amy Cooper. Anyway, just trying to set the scene. Just trying to set the scene. All right.
So are you saying like, all right, being black, somebody calling the cops on you, getting overly dramatic. That's like one of my pet peeves, bro. Like I don't do that overly dramatic stuff. Just keep the same energy you had when we were face to face or whatever. So she gets overly dramatic. Yeah. And to a cop, I think this is a woman, dog, in a kid's country.
You said a what?
A woman, dog, in a kid's country. They got more right than a black man would.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So you.
Oh, damn. A woman,
and
a
dog,
and a kid's country. Wow. And white man. I mean, it's white man.
Yeah, well, I mean, Of course them. But everybody else.
They ain't number. Anyway.
Everybody else is suspect. Yeah. It's suspect at this point. And so you get all dramatic, start crying. Oh, it's a man. It's a black man. He's saying this and he's doing that. And he's like, man, you automatically lost.
Well, exactly. No. You're right. You're right. And see, the problem with this whole situation for me is the fact that the young lady, and you know, and I ain't gonna lie, you know, it's kind of messed up that, you know, her whole you dig got messed up. I mean, like she got fired. Like she was trying to choke the shit out of her dog at the same time.
At the same time,
like she was choking the mess out of a dog at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like she was, you know, all distraught, trying to report this black dude while she was inhumanely treating this dog to some strangling. You know what I'm saying? For real. So that was going on, and it was messed up that, you know, she eventually ended up having to give the dog back, and she ended up losing her job.
Wow.
As a result. But hey, you did that. You came up out of pocket. You came out of body like that. You did that. I mean, here's the thing. I think there should always be, you know what I'm saying, action, reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, like for something that happens, there's something else is going to this is the repercussion of that thing. You know what I'm saying? And it should be an equal thing. Right. However it goes. But this should be the thing. Because too many times we see that people are getting away sometimes with things like this they go on. You know what I'm saying? Now, the problem that I have with it, getting to my point, is the fact that this woman basically weaponized her whiteness. She weaponized it. Because here's the thing. And I'm not even trying to act like I'm some, you know what I'm saying, debonair dude or whatever, or anything like that. But, you know, I've you know what I'm saying, dated a white woman or two. And I remember one time when I was actually in a bar, me and my guys, we were talking to these women. And, you know, one of them, the one I was talking to was white. And she said to him, she was just joking. But she said, yeah, I'll just go ahead and blah, 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 and say that you
did this and did that.
And like she was just joking. And I'm like, these are jokes. These are jokes, but you know that these are facts.
Right.
You know that these are facts. You know that this is how people will react. You know that this is how the police will react. You see what I'm saying? Like she was saying this as a joke in a bar as he was trying to pick her up, and yeah, he did end up getting it. He did end up hitting it. Shout out to my boy. I ain't gonna say his name.
For me, it's a book by Toni Morrison that I had to read in high school and do a book report on.
Bullseye.
I think it's when they talk about the Freaknik in Atlanta or something, and some kid got caught up. He went down there and he got caught up and like got accused of raping a white woman or whatever, and he went to jail for it. I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of the book. But I had to report on it, and my interaction my interaction with that type of situation, like for me, for one, if a woman's drunk, like unless I know her, know her like that, like, like I'm just gonna leave her alone, bro. Like, make sure she cool, call, you know what I'm saying? Make sure she got a ride or whatever, or link up her people or whatever. But like that whole, like I told you, it's a woman, a dog, and a kid's country. That's who get taken care of around here. A woman can say, okay, I've been abused. Who's you going down? A dog getting abused, you're going down. A kid gonna get taken care of. Yeah. Your daddy not around, it's child support. We gonna find him. We gonna take care of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, like I'm saying, a black man don't have them same type of privileges where we got like something that we can reach out to and say, hey, we got that. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have that. So since then, my interaction with that type of situation where, okay, I get around people, they consider me like, okay, he doesn't talk. Okay, I talk, but just not to you. Yeah, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you're capable of. Right. So we as men, black men, on top of that, we have to maintain that. Like, okay, all right. I'm not saying don't live, but you still have to have that caution sign in your head. Like, man, this could happen. Yeah, I mean, you say the wrong thing, you could get twisted, tangled up, and next thing you know, you in handcuffs.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And it's like, I feel like at any point when you're sitting there and acting like, you know what I'm saying, you have this ability, and then you got the nerve to flex it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And any given and then just walk away and leave like, hey, here's the thing. And that's when I go back to talking about, I think when there's a action, there should be a reaction. Right. Listen, you filed a report. The thing that you're talking about is not taking place. There's no record of the thing. False police report. Yep. Now there should be in trouble. Absolutely. See what I'm saying? Like, where is that? Where?
It don't happen, bro. Anyway. So I'm telling you, we don't have that type of cushion.
We don't have that sort of thing just going on.
We don't, and that sucks. Like take for example, a man gets put on child support. Right? Okay. Yeah. He pays his child support for 18 years. Somewhere along the line, kids need blood. Okay. Dad goes in, realizes, oh man, this kid's not my kid. I cannot, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Wow. Yeah, Does he get back any of that money that he paid on child support for them years?
Not at all. Not at all.
But they make sure he gets put on child support, right?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have that type of cushion. So when people flex on you, knowing when they have that advantage, like it puts you at a disadvantage, and at the same time, it's like, man, like you can easily get killed because the cops show up and you start resisting. Yeah. Drama.
Yeah, absolutely.
BS.
Absolutely.
You out of $500. 500.
Some time you're gonna be some time locked up. They're gonna put you in the in the spot. If they rough you up a little bit, they might give you a tetanus shot. Then they're gonna charge you for it. Ask me how do I know? Anyway, but
they say that filing a false report is a crime in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago, hey, well,
ain't that where boy was?
Who was that?
Smollett.
Juicy Smollett?
Yeah.
Juicy Smollett, yeah, absolutely. He was in Chicago paying off Nigerians to beat him up and claim white power. Absolutely. So, that's just the way that go. Man, I mean, I don't know. I guess, I wanted to address real quick before we move off of this thing with Chris Cooper. So, my boy Rio says the brother came to her defense, so he is done. That's fine. Again, I'm not following people. I follow policy. You know what I'm saying? So even in this case, I'm just going with what's right. And I'm saying in any case, when somebody, because I've seen situations where people have done stuff like that, kind of like the situation I was referring to earlier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, with my boy. You know what I'm saying? I've seen situations like that, joking and otherwise, where people have just kind of claimed and started acting because they knew what the result was going to be. They already knew what it was going to be. They already knew what it was.
Man. They got the shot.
They knew what it was. They knew what it was.
It's game time for them.
So I'm saying if they knew what it was, then why don't we act like? Anyway, let me stop. But yeah, so that's just the way that came about. You know what I'm saying? And so I just didn't like the fact that was her go-to. That was her get out of jail free card because I know somebody's going to jail and it ain't me.
You know what I'm saying? Using it.
Absolutely. So she was out there, you know what I'm saying, putting herself, I mean, not even putting herself on the line, but she was violating the law, didn't want, and here's the thing. Here's another thing. What is it about, and I won't say a lot of people, and I've already said this, and I, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to act like what anyway, I just think like this is kind of true because so far it's been proven to be true.
Okay.
It's not 100%, but it's pretty much. But yeah, if you want to know if you want to know if a white person is racist, give them a black boss. or make a black person in charge of their money.
Right. They gonna have some problems.
I'm just saying.
I've been there, bro.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're really trying to see, then you know what I'm saying, check that out. And didn't you say, matter of fact, that she had an issue with a Jamaican vendor or something like that? What took place?
She was, I guess he's making a delivery or something, and she put up behind him in her car, and she just came out aggressively telling him, "Hey, she just told him pretty much, get out the way.
Oh,
and he's like, hey, who you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who you talking to? Type. And she's like, well, I'm talking to you and blah blah blah. And so he got on the phone and started recording the whole thing, kind of like the same thing the other guy did, recorded the whole thing. Yeah. And she's like, well, you can get on the phone and call your thugs. Like, so she was like, you know what I'm saying, inciting, like he was gonna be doing some violent stuff to her. So yeah, but he cussed her out pretty good.
Dude. I mean, anyway,
yeah, they cussed her out pretty good.
I don't know. I'm just saying. If you want to check, that's usually been the thing. And you know, I mean, and I'm not saying like everybody is, you know, and I'm not saying people are automatically and off the rip, because I know some dope white folks and some dope black folks. I know some black folks who are racist, and I know some white folks who are racist. So I'm not even trying to get it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, in this situation, and in this instance, because we're talking about a woman who has weaponized her whiteness and her white womanness at that. I mean, listen, we already know the story about Emmett Till and the fact that the woman lied. You know what I'm saying? 83 years later, we finally hear her on her deathbed talking about, oh, I lied, by the way. Like, you can't do nothing about it now. Ha, I'm out of here. Peace. Right now, you know what I'm saying? I remember a time when we were in Chicago, right? So we were on on the east side of Chicago in an area called Hyde Park. It was kind of more of a posh area. You know what I'm saying? I won't say posh, but it's near the University of Chicago. So, you know, the police are a little bit more on alert and, you know, mindful of the people around there, even though you see homeless around there or whatever. Getting to the point, I think it was around July 4th. I don't know if it was actually on the day, but there was a huge explosion. Somebody let off a freaking M80 somewhere. Okay. Huge. Like, and so, you know, so me and my boy, we just started laughing. And you know, because people were like, you know, doing like, yeah. I mean, this was like the 90s, you know what I'm saying? This was before 9/11 and all that good humming. You know what I'm saying? But this was in the 90s, and this was, so there was this explosion, and we were laughing, and next thing I know, my boy gets accosted by the police. Grabbed her, come here, boy. I know you the one who did this. What you just did? Where's the other one? Where is it? And he just grabbed him out of nowhere. Just because we laughing.
Man. It's messed up, man.
Just because we laughing. Anyway,
you don't even got the freedom to laugh.
Anyway, I'm just saying. Listen. When you're making an assumption or when you're making an accusation, please be careful and be mindful of what the implications of that can be. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
They need to know that.
That's all I'm saying. Just know what this can do. Like, don't just think about this moment right now.
It can ruin the life, man.
Something is on you right now. You know what I'm saying? All these Karens and it's coronavirus out here. We trying to catch while we trying to avoid the coronavirus.
I'm telling you, bro. Like, giving me $10 million for spending 30 years in jail is never gonna be. It's never gonna. It don't add up.
So, yeah.
It doesn't add up.
There's no
doesn't add
amount
up.
You can give me that. I mean,
it doesn't add up, man. Like.
Listen,
with freedom, you can do so much things with freedom.
Oh yeah, and my boy just said, and he's on here right now, and them cops was black.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, because
it's like another episode of Boys in the Hood.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. And because I honestly don't believe that, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing about, you know, with the cops and all that, whatever, you know what I'm saying, things that we see is necessarily about, you know, white versus black all the time. But we know that system was rooted in racism. And so that there's a culture that's surrounded around that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that culture that's surrounded around that root of racism is what it is that festers out and bleeds out and ends up getting us shot, killed, and beat the hell up for a traffic ticket or bad brake lights, or, you know what I'm saying, or asking for directions. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because there was one who asked the cop to be taken to the there was a brother who asked the cop to take him to the hospital, and the cop ended up shooting. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What a time to be alive, man.
Yeah.
What a time.
And see, here's my man. He says, as soon as a black man appears in a location where it seems strange for him to be, he is immediately a suspect. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm saying, and what you think caused that? Like, is it just like
something's going on? What are you doing here? And you know, I wouldn't even say that. I think it was more like that dude saw something that was familiar, and he was like, I'm gonna go to the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be one of them. What?
Hey, being black seems like it's a crime. It's a sin.
Man, I don't know. God bless.
Black is beautiful, man. Don't let
him
tell you nothing.
God bless him, man. Anyway, Mr. Randy, you want to let the people know about the updates going on in the Kansas City area?
Kansas City.
We're gonna take this time right now. I don't know if we got a tone for that or not.
If you live in the Kansas City limits,
yeah,
man,
for sure.
They have a couple of changes that's going down.
Yeah, let me know about the COVID updates.
Yeah, for one, they're opening up. They're opening up the city. Like, I guess it's to a 50% limit now. So it's no longer that 10%.
Okay,
so it's gonna be
last
50%.
10. No more 10.
So it's gonna be 50%.
50%.
They're establishing phase 2.
Right on. Okay.
Secondly, I seen that bars and clubs in Wyandotte County, that's on the Kansas side, they're opening up bars, clubs, all that. It's open up, but they're only allowing 15 people.
Wait, so bars can have only 15 people inside?
Only 15 people inside.
I thought they could have more before when they were having the distancing rule and all that good stuff.
I don't know. Like,
so now
I think just the ones in Wyandotte County, they're now I guess they're just now reopening everything. This is their first phase of the reopening thing. So right they're opening up with 15, and I guess you still have to social distance.
Right on.
The question I've been asking this question.
Okay, what is it?
How can you take a sip of drink and still know what 6 feet is?
Well, okay.
How can you hear some music and still be like, hey, 6 feet?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, hey, my
is it a rhythm that you gotta have, like 6 feet rhythm?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your thing on. You gotta just, cause see, from what I read, 6 feet is about the distance that at which sneeze particulates become least effective.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's 6 to 8.
Right. The effectiveness starts to grow exponentially at 6 feet, at a 6 feet distance. Okay. So, you know, with outside of that area, you cool from catching something from somebody who hadn't sneezed that corona stuff at you.
But bro, I'm saying, like, if you go in, you get 2 to 3 beers or whatever.
Okay.
And you sipping. You chilling.
I'm
like,
sipping.
You sipping. You chilling. You hear some music.
So can I? That's what I'm saying. So do I have to stay at the table, or can I go to the dance floor? And if I do I think have I occupied 2 places in the bar now? You know what I'm saying? How does that work?
I think you just. I don't know, bro. But
do I dress for the event? How do I even dress now for that?
6 feet, bro. How do you maintain 6 feet, bro? Like
I don't know.
And you're sipping. You see a woman over there at 6 feet. How do you do that?
Well, thankfully I'm 6 feet tall. So if I fall, I know I'm 6 feet away, probably from the person I didn't fell on. You know what I'm saying? I haven't fallen on anybody. So
what's up to my homies joining in, man? Reg and B, man. What's up, man?
Okay, right on. Big up.
Man, we in here, man. All right. So yeah. So Wyandottes opening up. 15 people in the bar, 15 people in restaurants, whatever.
Okay.
Missouri's doing the. I guess they're moving from the 10% to the 50%. So
okay,
so it's 50, gonna be more. It's gonna be 50% of the occupancy of whatever the building is. So
that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. So the 10 was in. I'm sorry. So it's Wyandotte is 15 people.
Right.
And it's 50% now in Missouri. My bad. I'm sorry. I had that confused. So it's 10, 10, 10 that was in Missouri. So now we're up to 50%. Okay, bet. All right. So,
but I still do want people to realize like they're not opening up everything because it's safe for you, but because the economy is bottoming out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not for us.
Now,
it's for them.
Hey, right on. No doubt. Hey, my boy said the effectiveness of catching something from a sneeze from a contagious person is 3 feet. They're using 6 feet as an extra precaution. I mean, right on, I guess. But I feel like that's more like.
Man, well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I think that's so you can get that, you get enough head start to be like, all right, quit playing. You know what I'm saying?
But where the 6 number, man? Where the 6 number come from, though, bro? Like, I've been wondering, like, how do you know, like,
you about to get conspiratorial?
Nah,
not
that. I'm just saying, like,
go ahead.
Where the 6 come from? Like, it could have been 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or
that's what I'm saying. They measured it.
Or is it measured off like how far somebody's voice travel when you're trying to talk to them?
Nah, and that's what he said. The effectiveness of catching something from a sneeze from a contagious person is 3 feet.
Okay.
And so they just added more to that. They doubled it as an extra precaution. I mean, I think my boy he does or used to work in the medical field.
Okay.
So
I appreciate you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So in healthcare industry. I'm sorry. So yeah. So I know he has a little bit of information on.
Man, well, just stay 6 feet away, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all notice every week we get close as hell. We like within elbow distance.
Hey,
now,
stay 6 feet away,
hey,
man.
My bad.
Stay on my side.
I already messed it up.
You stay on your side. I stay on my side.
Keeping
Top
the red
flight.
stripes popping. You dig?
Top flight.
Oh, this.
All right, bro. What you want to talk about now?
Man, okay. So we were, we doing all that talking to, get us kind of, get kind of the good and frivolity out of the way prior to talking about the latest and what's been a series. I mean, in all these stories, it's been kind of like these treatments, these different levels of disrespect of black people as a whole, or to black people as a whole, and this time it was exhibited by the situation that took place with Mr. George Floyd up in Minneapolis. And so it was a young, older gentleman. He was being arrested for, I guess, a forged bill, $20 bill, I believe is what they said, and a fraudulent $20 bill. And instead of being just arrested or given a ticket or something like that, he was arrested and eventually pinned down to the ground, where he eventually died by the hands of a Mr. Chauvin. Officer Chauvin, who had him. I swear them officers ain't coming for us right now. I swear. Anyway, Officer Chauvin had his knee in the back of the neck of Mr. Floyd as he writhed and begged for his life, screaming out even for his mother, who had passed 2 years prior. So, and I kind of think about that just to isolate that little incident right there, because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, an incident when my uncle was getting ready to pass. Like, he hadn't passed yet, but he was on his deathbed, I guess you could say. And prior to him doing so, he had kind of like zoned out, but he was talking. He was completely lucid in his conversation. You would think that he was talking to you, but he wasn't, because he was out. But he was talking with my mother, who had passed already.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I almost wonder if that's the sort of, because this was like moments before he passed, almost, Yeah. So I wonder if that was the sort of situation that was going on. I don't know, but I will say that obviously there was a heinous crime that took place, and I do mean in the effect of what took place by the officer, not by Mr. Floyd. Again, he could have gotten a ticket. He could have gotten maybe arrested or whatever, I suppose. But for him to end up dead, I have no idea how that could even happen. And since then, there have been a series of nonviolent protests within Minnesota, within Minneapolis, which have some have escalated to violence. Some not violence. Well, I guess there was some
just
violence,
protesting,
violence, and riots and loots and looting and the like. All that going on.
Man.
I don't know. I just feel like people. A lot of people are using that quote that where Dr. King said that the riot is the voice of the voiceless. I'm sorry, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically, riots are what happen when the voices are unheard. Then he went on to say, a lot of people don't go see this part. He also went on to say, I hope that isn't what takes place because we know that they are self-defeating, and they never get us to our ultimate goals. So he did say that as well in that same speech, in that same thing, that same quote that everybody's going around and saying. So I don't know. I guess I'll just leave this with you, Mr. Heff, for a second. Do you think the riots are the answer? Before we get into the whole story of Mr. Floyd, do you think the riots are the answer?
Man, before I even talk about it, man, I just want to say a moment of silence to the family, man. Do a moment of silence to their family, man, like about 5 seconds or so. Man, rioting. I can understand the cause of the riots.
Actually, I'm sorry. Before you even get into that, like, what was your impression of the whole situation?
Right,
let's start there. Go ahead.
I follow Stephen Jackson because that's his family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I followed him and I see him
the same Stephen Jackson.
Same Stephen Jackson
we were talking
Stephen
about.
Jackson
we were just talking about last week.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
So I follow him on Instagram, and
Okay.
I see him he posted a video with him crying because they kind of look alike. You know what I'm saying? So he's crying. He's like, man, this is what I have to wake up to, and he's like, oh, then R.I.P. blah blah blah, and I'm like, what's going on? I was, you know what I'm saying? I saw videos. I started hearing about it before I even actually saw the video of what the cop had his foot on his neck or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, what happened? Like Minnesota seems like it was a cool place, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems like a decent place to hang out. Got a lot of crackheads, but it seemed like a cool place to hang out. You
Minneapolis, I'm just from the few times that I had the opportunity to visit back in the day, Minneapolis is quite. It's an interesting area, interesting town. Very racist light. Now there are a lot of people who have moved like they used to call, and I don't know if they do it still, but they used to call Minneapolis like the San Francisco of the Midwest or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just because of all the people who had moved there and all the yuppies who would move there and raise the property value of everything and trying to kind of pricing everybody else out. You know what I'm saying? Kind of that's why they had to make a movie called The Last Black Man in San Francisco. If you ever get a chance, check it out.
I seen it.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, I thought that it was sad. Like we just had Arbery like a couple of weeks ago.
Dude, absolutely.
Like we had others.
Breonna Taylor. Absolutely. We just had those. We again, it's kind of like when I was talking about with Trump. We're not even allowed to get over the first thing because here's the new thing.
Keeps coming.
Here's the new thing.
Something new
Absolutely.
keeps coming.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, dang, it's a messed up situation to be like to just to be black. Like
Yeah.
It feels like, for one, like most and the news, they just show it. Like, I understand it's their job to do that. Like, just, but it's like, it's no regards to life, bro. Like, it's just like another life down the drain, another life lost. Oh, cop was there.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, it's like they always present the cop in this manner until they conduct further investigation. Like, okay, the black man was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's always presented to us. The picture is always painted.
Dude,
the black man is wrong first.
Absolutely. I mean, and just to kind of to add to your point. So right now they're saying that there was some sort of medical condition or something that was in his system that led to him dying. So basically, like, you know, he just happened to end up underneath of somebody's foot, but he was going to die anyway because of this thing. The foot just kind of progressed it. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how that went. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but that's the narrative that they're going with right now. So it's like he can't even rest in peace. You know, whatever that was going on in his life. And wait, here's some other information I just found out just when I was on my way over here, Mr. Randy Hepp. Man, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us and rocking with us on the KC Info Rail as we dig into this story about Mr. George Floyd. Peep this out, though. Okay, so there was this there was the Asian cop. So for those of you, and I'm sure people have seen this, but basically, so I just run it back down. Yeah, I'll just run back through it. Anyway, so there was an Asian cop who was basically telling everyone else on the curb to stay back, right? Come to find out, this Asian cop is the brother-in-law of the white cop. Yeah, like his wife, the white cop, his name is Chauvin, Officer Chauvin. His wife is I think his name is Tio Theo or something like that. I'm sorry, I apologize if I'm pronouncing it hugely incorrect, wrong. And I said incorrect. That's gonna be a new word, incorrect, incorrectly and wrong. But but that's his sister.
Okay.
So dude's wife is the sister of that officer, and they already have a series of Dude had 19 complaints against him, like open cases against him. And the Asian officer, he had like 9 against him already. I mean,
that's my point,
dude.
That's my point.
Here's the thing, and so now we're getting to the point where they've just now. So the police were surrounding the man's house, protecting him, protecting his house at all costs, and all this good stuff, keeping the rioters back, and all that good humming. Okay, fine. But they finally charged him. Okay. And so he's finally being charged. Why didn't they charge any of the other officers? So they fired 4 officers. They only charged 1.
Right.
Now here's the thing. Remember when that brother killed that sister? Killed that white woman who was an officer. I'm sorry, the brother who was an officer killed that white woman because he was afraid or whatever. She was out of Australia, or whatever. She was an Australian transplant immigrant, I guess you could say. And she was screaming to the officers. He didn't know what was going on, and he shot and killed her. They immediately separated themselves from him. Oh, he mind you, he was black. They separated themselves from him. They decided not to decided to disclose all sorts of information about him. He was afraid he wasn't a good cop. You know, all this sort of information, all this stuff that was going on about him. They did that within a matter of days on this dude, and he was prosecuted, and he was out of there.
Just gone.
Even with this stuff and everything that's been going on with the riots and everything, they are just now getting to the point of actually charging this brother. Charging this dude.
Like I said, bro, it's sickening for one.
Yeah.
Just to like every time you turn the news on, it's something else, another one.
Absolutely.
And it's gotten to the point where I understand why a lot of people are frustrated, and the option they go to is to is rioting. Does rioting help? Like, it doesn't ease the pain.
Nah.
For one. It doesn't ease the pain. It's just another coping. Like,
and that's the thing. I mean, yeah, it like riots they're emotional. They are emotional responses. And here's the thing. I honestly, and now I'm not sitting here saying like I advocate for them, but I understand. I'm just saying I understand the mentality or the thinking behind them. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for them, but I get it. I wouldn't even participate, honestly, I think if I was up there, to be quite honest. Now, I know some folks who, in my face, would be like, no, man, I wouldn't even participate either. But if it was, though, I think I might. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know some folks who's like that, but I'm saying 100%, I'm pretty sure. Well, I ain't going to say I'm pretty sure. I'm sure I would not participate in any sort of thing like that. But I will say, I feel like I get the whole thinking behind it. You know what I'm saying? I get why, you know what I'm saying, that happens. I just feel like, me, you know what I'm saying, all the black men especially, like, we need to understand, and this is kind of, you know, I don't know if this is kind of going to create some problems or some issues or whatever, and if it does, that's just kind of going to be the way it is, whatever. But I feel like we should be more logical. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should make more logical steps. We should make more logical moves. And, you know what I'm saying, when we're doing things like riots, okay, sure, but let's do it in the right position. Let's do it at the right place. Let's do it for the right cause. Let's do it at the right businesses. Let's make sure that we're not just getting every business. Let's make sure that the business that we're getting, we understand that there's a message that's behind this, that these are the businesses that are being targeted because they don't support our, you know, whatever, something like that. Like, let's do that. And let's just not go out there willy-nilly. Now, I understand that there were some officers and there were some people who supposedly had some hands in infiltrating and starting stuff or whatever. But in all actuality, I just feel like we need to make sure that we're on point. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, we need to make sure that we're the ones who are. Wait, what does it say? Have y'all heard the story about Mr. Floyd and Siobhan? Yeah. I heard about that as well. So there's also a story.
He was a bouncer.
Right. Absolutely. So Mr. Chauvin, Officer Chauvin and Mr. Floyd actually have worked for what it's worth as security at a particular restaurant. Now, it hasn't been revealed if they actually knew one another, but I ain't gonna lie. Here's the thing. I'm about to throw a conspiracy hat on real quick because I know I kind of got off the subject, but man, what if there was something going on with him and dude's wife? I'm just saying. The web is already thick, man. All right. I'm gonna just leave it out there. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not trying to be one of them gossip columns, so let me not even go there.
I'm not even
I apologize. I'm not even saying
so
that
far.
Those aren't the facts.
I'm not even so far invested in it.
I apologize for the.
I'm not that far invested in it. I'm still stuck at the point where a black man can just like get stomped on or get like treated worse than how a white person would treat their dog. You know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
That's sickening, bro. Like and for it to just continuously happen week after week, and I think like you said, we've all reached that level. We at that boiling point. For some people, like I told you, different people rationalize things differently. I'm not gonna say I support the riots, but like I possibly would have been out there doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just cause like
right on. Just cause that's what I'm saying. And to each his own. I'm not, and that's why, you know, I
it's probably not smart. It's emotional.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like
that's
if
we
don't do something,
need to be more logical in our steps and in our movements, and that's what I'm saying.
But all right, then again, see, how can emotion work for one group of people and not work for the other group of people?
What you mean?
All right, with the example with the lady that we talked about, Karen or Amy. Amy was emotional as heck.
Yeah,
because making all that noise
because she's a protected class within that system.
Are you saying that
she's a protected
black
class?
People, I understand. Black people are not protected.
Not at all.
We're not protected, but we still have emotions, though.
I'm gonna say this and tell y'all this every single week. We have no allies, no allies. What is it? No allegiances, and no agents.
But we still have emotions, though.
Of course, sure.
We still have emotions. So at some point, like, man, we gonna get to that point where we like, man, F this.
We do have emotion, and we can be upset. Absolutely. But here's the thing. I feel like, so what is it? When you're in power, you can really grow you want. When you ain't, you have to be strategical. Absolutely. No, react. Yeah. Absolutely.
Nah, and I can understand, that. I can understand that, but like I'm saying, like, how many more people do they have to kill for us to get in positions where we're making the law?
And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I said when I felt like I was getting ahead of myself. But honestly, I feel like you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're always talking about like what we need to do. Like, what should we do? What should we do? And we keep like looking for these answers.
But the answers ain't coming.
That's what I'm saying.
And we dying.
The only time we had an answer that was anything close to something that was viable was when we were all on the same page. Period. Dot.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like we need to be on some, because I'm tired of these dudes that are out there talking about making these posts talking about I'm ready to make the ultimate sacrifice. Okay, go ahead and be stupid if you want to. Go ahead and do that thing, because maybe we need you to be one of them dudes to be a kamikaze dude and go out there and pop something off. Fine. If that's gonna be your role, let that be your role. But honestly, that's not what we need. That's what we need everybody to be on when it comes to this thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like more of us need to be quite strategic in how we're putting ourselves together and where we're putting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And how we're moving. Listen, Malcolm X said this best. When black people get to the point. And it won't take, again, it's not going to take a white man interfering and fixing things. It's not going to take religion fixing it or anything like that. It's when the black man understands and realizes that, or gets to a point where when one of us is touched, all of us is touched.
Okay,
all of us is touched.
And that's what I'm saying.
All of us. And I'm not saying that it needs to be on some, we need to be, but you need to be dealt with.
Okay, so
and I'm not saying like on some violent whatever, but I'm sorry, not dealt with. Sorry, you need to be approached. This needs to be handled. Absolutely.
And it does.
Absolutely.
And it does. Like, and I'm saying at some point, if we can shut down their economy, like, hey, I'm not saying, hey, if it's some black owned businesses,
talking about like those
spare them, but like, man, just we gotta make them suffer a little bit. Like, we gotta hit them where it hurts, and where it hurts is. They're collecting our money.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like
absolutely.
We are their biggest supporters.
That's the thing. We have to get to and we'll continue to talk about this on the rail, ladies and gentlemen. But we're always saying things like we need to get to a point where we are self-sufficient, where we can push that black dollar within our own community 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before it leaves. You know what I'm saying? We need to get to that point. Because here's the thing. There's nothing like this that would happen to any Jews. There's nothing like this that would happen to any Asians.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's nothing like this. And those communities are tight and tight-knit, and they don't even vote.
Gotcha.
Let me be real. They don't even vote. You know what I'm saying? So for those of y'all who talking about voting as an answer, yeah, it could be, I guess, kind of, you know what I'm saying, depending on how you want to do your thing. But we need to, honestly, I feel like we need to have ourselves, like, or we need to find a way to take over an industry. Like, we need to push our children to be lawyers, to be doctors, to be policemen, to police our areas. We need to push our children to do those things, because here's the thing, because otherwise we're going to continue to have ourselves and our communities policed by people who don't look like, act like, or give a hell about us.
And I agree with that 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, like to build something new, sometimes you gotta break down what's there that's old, man. And and these old ass rules and regulations and how people get treated, they just gotta, you know what I'm saying, like, see how it feels. Absolutely. But see, here's the problem that I it's gonna have to be a couple of martyrs, you know what I'm saying? Some people just gonna have to take
and that. And that's the thing. And that I'm glad you said that, homie, because here's what it is. Ain't nobody really trying to really live that life because everybody's too comfortable. Everybody's too comfortable. So while black men are talking about I will do, what you're really talking about is I will fight for my comfort. I will fight for this. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight, but only so much. Hey, hey, hold on, man. But such and such, he cool. I mean, I'm not saying that you need to sit here and make a list of people who are cool and good and bad, and I'm not trying to even go about that stuff. I'm not saying those things at all. But what I'm saying is, like, dude, you got a means within yourselves. You understand that you have a drive that you want to do some things. I'm saying if you want to actually go out there and be about that thing, you need to be more strategic. We need to be more strategic.
And I say I can understand having strategy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if I come to you and I'm like, man, I got these T-shirts and I keep taking T-shirts from you and keep taking T-shirts from you, at some point you're gonna get to the point where you start establishing boundaries.
I mean, listen. Okay.
So, like I'm saying, we can make some boundaries. So they know.
Absolutely, but unity comes. So that's why unity comes with respect.
Okay.
It comes with a mutual respect. I mean, absolutely, and that's why. Well, hold on. Let me see before I get too far into this thing. It says no one pays attention to our emotions until our emotions turn to anger. Then we're thugs and we're violent. But you weren't listening when I was peaceful. Absolutely.
And that's exactly how it is.
They said,
like,
how dare you peacefully protest by taking a knee? How dare you peacefully protest police killings? How dare you? Then they told them niggas, they said, hey, if y'all want to get this NFL check, you better not take another damn knee. So says I, your Lord. Have we seen another knee? Nah.
I seen a knee on a black man's neck.
Boy, that's what. And there we are.
And that's it. Comes down to this. At the end of the day, like,
boy,
we can't get too comfortable. Like, if they're throwing us money, this is money that they can afford to throw us. Like, it ain't like it might change your life. But it's not gonna change the situation for black people, and until we realize that as a people, like, we gonna be in this predicament.
Absolutely, and that's unfortunate.
And it comes down to, like, everybody has ego. Everybody has ego. Everybody has ego. Right. It comes down to this: if you, let's say you get beat up by the police throw you a check, you like, man, what that? It's a nice little check. I'm good for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And at this point, you get to the point where you say, all right, they tell you can't go on the media and speak about what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that BS that they do. You can't talk about it or whatever.
Yeah.
So at this point, you can't talk about it. You get this fact that, okay, if I walk up to you and be like, what's up, boy? Like, and you look at me a certain way, I'm thinking like, man, it's didn't change because he didn't got some change. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And at the same time, I'm not looking at me saying that, man, maybe I didn't come at him and say good morning or good afternoon or whatever, the same type of, until we can establish that.
I can test you.
Until we can
who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Until we can establish that as a people, like, then we going to be forever doomed, cuz everybody's like looking at the other person to see the other black, like, even with this.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people saying, "Oh, if you're not for the riots or if you're not participating, then you whack, you ain't black," or like, it's kind of like you ain't black.
See,
you
ain't
like you like a lower level. You a lower level of yourself.
Come on, man.
You a lower level of being black. Or they go, oh, if you wasn't born in America, you can't speak on this. If you wasn't this, you can't speak on it. If you live in Canada and you black, you can't speak on it. Like, how does that make sense?
Yeah.
We all black.
I get you.
We all black. Like, they.
Yeah, and everybody has their own experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can't never tell me I ain't never been, like, experienced no racist stuff.
Man, I remember the Dead Prez used to wear this shirt that said, like, white or dark people. I'm sorry, I'm summarizing, but basically it said something along the lines of, why do dark people around the world have it the worst? Around the world.
They do.
Why do the darkest people around the world have it the worst? You know what I'm saying? Me too. You're darker, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, bro.
Hey,
like, this ego,
sure, man.
This ego joint, bro. Like, where I'm looking at your post, thinking I can make a better post than your post, but not seeing what your post is actually saying, or not seeing what your point is.
I'm so quick to respond. I'm
exactly.
not even waiting to listen.
So that's why I'm saying I'm with the looters. I'm with them. Like, we trying to get some change. We trying to get some change. It's probably not the right direction to go in, but at the same time, man, we've been suffering.
Yeah.
Like they ain't been going in the right direction with us.
Mm-hmm. No, and I get that. Yeah, I mean from things like redlining to pour pipes in Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like and all the poor banking tactics and all all the things that took place in between. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had that, so I get that. I get that. You know what I'm saying on so many levels, but it's I also feel like, okay, again, we need to be. I just feel like we need to move ourselves and move better about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like because again,
true.
The answer to so you know what I'm saying. Let me just go ahead.
But what's gonna be the moving better? What's gonna be a suitable moving better for them since they make the rules and we just have to abide by it?
What do you mean?
Okay, you said we have to move better.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And which I'm not disagreeing with you.
All right,
but when will us moving meet their standards to where they say, okay, we can treat them like human beings? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
what will trigger that?
Ooh, oh wow. I feel what you're saying.
They make the rules.
Yeah. I feel what you're saying. Like what level of retaliation or presentation in you know whatever way in whatever form what sort of presentation basically
is gonna be
is respectable.
Exactly.
Will garner respect. Will garner enough to say, wow, we should put them on the same level playing field with us. I mean, I'd hate to go there. Honestly, I would hate to go there. But honestly, it would almost seem like, well, here's the thing. Again, I think what would do it for us, and I'm not worried about what would do it for them because and let me back away from that. So while I understand the question, let me back away from that because I don't want their validation. Okay. I'm not seeking their validation.
Okay.
What will make us and get us all on the same page is unity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? What will get us and what J. Edgar Hoover said was one of the biggest threats to America was unity, black unity. J. Edgar Hoover said that.
Okay.
When they saw us as the biggest threat was when the Black Panthers and Malcolm X was still alive. And you know what I'm saying, alive and thriving respectively.
Bro, I'm all for unity.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Like,
so
I live unity. I want to see unity. I'm not ever not trying to collaborate with somebody. I want unity, but like I'm saying,
it's a threat, dude. I'm telling you. We've been looking for religion. We've been checking out. You know what I'm saying? Rune stones, history, 3%, 5%. You know what I'm saying? 1%. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing all of them things. You know what I'm saying? Going from, you know what I'm saying, this belief to that belief, whatever. Trying to find this candidate, this whatever it is, this belief system, whatever it is. We've been doing that every single time. But we haven't. I won't say we haven't, but that's what we've been doing recently. But in the midst of all of that, we have yet to really put forth real effort towards unity.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Even if we unite.
And Mark said, "Is that a word? What word? What I say?"
He said puppeted, I think. Even if we unite, like I'm saying, like when is it gonna ever, like what's what we, like, not saying that what we gonna get from it, we can build our own economy, we can build our own whatever, but at the same time, if it's not hurting them, then we really,
why do we have to hurt them? And see, that's the thing. Why do we have to
because what if black people just want to, black people just want to
tear down one to build up the other.
Bro, black people just want equality right now. Imagine if black people wanted revenge. Imagine if they wanted revenge.
That's their fear. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that every time we get together and it's more than 5 of us in a group, that we sitting there plotting revenge. That's their biggest fear. One of my boys I went to college with, who's a hugely decorated military officer and all this, he was like, yeah, if I was you guys, I mean, that's one of the first things I'd be thinking about if I had you guys' history. White dude just flat out said it. He was like, yeah.
But black people, like, we're so passive. All we want is just to be treated fairly.
Existence, bruh. That's
like to feel wanted by them. Like it got to the point where you gotta say F that, man. Like
absolutely, and so that's what I'm saying. We're beyond singing. We're beyond marching. We're beyond negotiations. It's time for us to go within. You see what I'm saying? Go within.
And what I'm saying, like it's a lot of tough dudes in every city, but like they only like. You ever realize like
ain't nobody
like, no
go ahead
hold on you ever realize like
you ain't got the answer
no you ever realize like when you look like okay you got your fam your team around you
right
y'all beef with the team y'all beef within the team or whatever
okay. All right.
But like when the real enemy attacks like the tough people who want to be tough and always right in the group or always want to bang on the weaker ones in the group they don't ever do nothing. So all these tough people that's tough and smacking on women or whatever they do that's just messed up. Like where y'all at?
Whoa.
Where y'all at this point?
No, I get you, and that's what I'm saying. So
like if you're gonna be tough and throw your life away just off some BS, throw it away for a cause.
Let's do it. Let's do it for real, but let's do it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let's riot, but let's riot for the right reasons. Let's march, but let's march for the right reasons. And I don't mean let's just march before the sake of marching. I'm not saying march, but I'm saying like let's almost set up like listen, dude.
Marching,
we could be so much better, and that's what I'm saying. We could do this so much better. And I don't even want to get on here and be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Act like I know strategy. I do know strategy. But you know what I'm saying? Act like I done read some things. I done read some things. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to get on here and explain. But if there was meetings or something like that that was going on, I'd be down.
That's not going to work.
What do you mean it's not going to work?
These meetings don't never work, man. Somebody always trying to holler at somebody in the meeting, and then that gets somebody else all in their field in an uproar or whatever. No, I'm just being 100 with you.
Come on, man.
Bro, how many black organizations you been a part of, and then like y'all meet for the first 2 weeks, and then it be some funk. Like you,
there was no. Well, and let's see, and I've been
it be some fun because of ego, man.
Let me see. No. I mean, dude. One of the best national Greek-lettered organizations of all time. That is the organization of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. You do.
Okay, so it don't be no funk in the family.
I mean, it be funk in the family, but it be funk in all families. That's
all right, that divides the direction which y'all trying to go to, which is unity.
That can happen, but that's what I'm saying. So it's so funny you taking the conversation this way. So I'm gonna just go ahead and let it go this way because that's kind of where it's flowing.
Yeah.
But shout out and peace to brother George Floyd. Just once again, I feel like, the brother's life was just taken so heinously, man. 8-9 minutes, the man was on his neck, cutting off his airway. He was gone at about 4. So them extra 4 to 5 minutes that he had after that was just showing off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Somebody commented and said, how about we build up our own communities with our own businesses like Asians, Latinos, Italians, etc. Then we'd have
our own
validation, and then we'd be looked at differently. Bro,
absolutely. I'm with it.
I can
That's
understand.
What I'm talking about.
All right, so you think building up the community? Like I'm not saying it can't work.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure it's been tried. Is it been tried like continuously? Possibly not. We get frustrated. We get emotional at some point.
It has been tried. We've had our versions. Our Black Wall Streets and their versions from the one in Oklahoma to the one in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? To the other, I believe there was in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? So we've had. I think there were 5 different versions, if not more, of Black Wall Street, where we have come together, we have unified, and we have protected our own and kept our own. Even Rosewood was a black unit.
And what happened to it?
Absolutely, you're right.
What happened to it?
It got overran by crazies.
Exactly. It got overran. Like I told you before, bro.
We still need to maintain and keep one.
Bro,
keep
like the thing that keeps us apart or keeps us divided.
Go ahead.
Is ego, bro. Small scale, large scale.
You're right.
Ego.
You're right.
Like, cause if you show up in some Adidas's and I got on some Jordans, first thing, what's the general consensus? Man, look at the shoes. It's all they start talking about that. How about we say, all right, then that's what he got. That's what he's comfortable in.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Somebody has to be better than somebody, and it doesn't help.
I think it was said in the movie, put two men in a cage and they'll instantly start finding ways to kill each other. That's why they created politics and religion.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's wild.
Like, until we can get away from that and like start like just focus attacking real issues or whatever.
I believe.
Attacking real issues or whatever, then we can make some strides for not even meeting their requirements, but like, hey, start kicking down their doors. Like, hey, we got our coalition with us. We don't gotta support y'all no more.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I don't think we believe in each other enough. Because if we did, then we would support each other enough. Period. That. I think if we believed in each other, then we would say, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to invest in, you know what I'm saying, add this little bread and help this man out for this business or whatever to help him get this store or whatever this thing or whatever he wants to do with it. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we don't have that happening as much. And then now, I'm not saying that we have as much disposable income as everyone else, as other demographics. I'm not saying that we do. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we do find ways to spend our coins, our $1.2 trillion that we
with them,
that collective spending power. We find ways to spend that on something
with them.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't ours. You know what I'm saying? To keep our dollars from not circulating in our areas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying if we can find better areas and better ways to do that and keep our belief within ourselves and within our people, bruh,
look at it. Look at this real quick.
But we can't keep talking about how it ain't. You know what I'm saying? But when we ain't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the actual fact is that I believe we're afraid to try.
That's true.
Because we're comfortable. We're comfortable. We ain't really about that life. That's what I'm saying. We are sitting here fighting for comfort. We're not fighting for unity. We're fighting for comfort. And when you're fighting for comfort, that shit is fleeting. You know what I'm saying? Fighting for unity, fighting for something, you got to fight for something that's bigger than you. Comfort ain't bigger than you. Comfort is on your couch.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Comfort is in your head.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Comfort is like just closing the door, locking everything. Like that. Hey, that's comfort.
That's what I'm saying.
We got to start, like I'm saying, step outside the box.
Absolutely.
Hey, punch him where it hurts.
Yeah.
You hit me, I hit you back.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Well, if it comes to that,
nah, you hit me, I hit you back,
and that's what I'm saying. And even if it comes,
you hit me, I hit you back, and I know my people's got my back.
Even if it comes to that, though, that's what I'm saying. I'm with that, but even if it comes to that, we got to do it right, though. Anything we do, we got to do right, but we can't just be like, oh, let's just go out there and be emotional. I can't believe, and I'm going to just go out and act wild and crazy. I'm going to just do, oh, man, I can't believe. Did you hear what he said? Oh, my God. No, now we acting and reacting, and we got to react, and then when somebody's reacting and responding to reaction, and now we got to talk and comment and make comments on a reaction. Meanwhile, the thing that we were really talking about, the thing that was the real focus has fucking left all damn ready.
All right, I want to take this full circle.
Bring it back.
You remember when we talked about like Joe Biden saying if you black, you gonna vote for me?
You ain't black.
Okay, how about this? Like we spend so much time like building up these segregations within ourselves as black people. How about if we support a black made movie, a black owned movie, a black owned studio? That's what's going to determine if you black or not, and not some goddamn Scarface or some. And that's where it is, bro. Like it's the popular.
So the changing of our values.
Exactly.
Okay.
Change our values. Let go of the ego. Mm-hmm. Shit, we halfway there. Okay.
I mean, if that's the way you feel it, I mean, sure. If you feel like we halfway there, I'm good, and I'm in support of it.
Bro, like
I honestly feel like
sometimes war, we need war sometime, bro.
Sure, but
we
what
need
kind
war
of
sometime,
war?
bro.
And when you're a smaller faction, how do you fight? You have to fight in a different kind of way.
Bro,
and that's what I'm saying.
Bro, David killed Goliath, didn't
These folks ain't it. Sure, but David knew what he was doing because David was strategic. David was about it. He was already a shepherd. He was somebody who was protecting his sheep already. So he already knew how to work a sling. So when they said, let me go ahead, and this is somebody who don't even read the Bible like that, but I'm just saying, but this is somebody who...
go ahead, brother.
No,
I'm saying, you, brother.
I'm saying, but seriously, the same for David and Goliath. So when they said, hey, David, you want to take on Goliath? He said, yeah, cool. They gave him armor. They gave him a shield. He said, I don't need that because he ain't used to using none of that. He went with what he knew. We don't know nothing. Okay. We don't know nothing.
I'm sure, does everybody in our demographic not know nothing? It's somebody in there that knows something. Yeah, are they willing to teach?
Yeah. Yes, there are people who are willing to teach. There are people out there who are willing to give away the game for free. There are people who are willing to, but we are.
But it's overshadowed by people who want to keep the game for themselves.
But sure, no. I don't think the problem is a lack of access. Honestly, I think the problem is a lack of people who are really about it because they're too freaking comfortable. Everybody's comfortable.
I'm not.
Folks are comfortable. If folks ain't comfortable, then they will really be out there and trying to do something and be about something.
Bro, I'm not comfortable, bro. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like this.
I mean,
this what we have 40, going on right now. This rioting. It's needed, bro.
Absolutely. No, I'm not saying that. It's not.
It's needed, bro.
There's 40 million people that's unemployed right now. Ain't none of them folks trying to be about nothing. You know what I'm saying? None of them.
At the same time, like, you got to understand, like, everybody views the world differently. Sure. So like, the way you view the world might not be you might be accepting of some stuff that I'm not accepting of, and I might be accepting of some stuff that you might not be accepting of. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we all view the world differently, but we see it through the same eyes. So we have more in common than we have different. Yeah. We just have to find that Venn diagram, the part that intersects.
Yeah.
And build on that.
Sure.
But like I'm saying, we're so focused on staying on side A and side B, and the part that intersects, we disregard that.
Absolutely. So that kind of goes into your ego comment.
Exactly.
What you're talking about before.
Exactly.
My side, your side, or whatever.
Exactly.
And so that's why, and I think that's a great segue into what I want to say, a proposal that was set up by one of the brothers that I know who was he's a Grambling University graduate and alumni. Goes by the name of Reichert Street. But yeah, he basically was saying, like, it would be a great, and now he kind of talks on the lines of talking about how black men are being exterminated. And this is a war against black men. And I kind of understand a lot of his points. But if you guys want to check out some of his information, you can befriend him, and check out some of his live posts that he does late in the evenings, like Wednesdays, Thursdays nights. But getting to the point, but basically he was saying, like, it would be great if we could strip that ego away.
Okay.
By having all black men meet, come together, everybody wearing a black shirt. No name, no fraternity, no religion, no university affiliation, none of that. Just a black shirt on. So that way everybody knows this is the only thing that we're about right now.
Blackness. This is
it. Let's start here. Like, if we could just do that, man, I'll be all on board with it. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be on board with whatever the next step is beyond it. I ain't gonna lie, because just to get to that step, I think that would be Herculean, to be quite honest.
Huge achievement.
Absolutely.
Huge achievement.
Absolutely.
And like I said, we're always gonna be searching for answers. We know what it takes. We got what it takes, but, like, somebody has to be the sacrificial lamb to step out there and say, all right, cool. I'm gonna step out there with patience. I'm gonna step out there with all this, like, man, I'm gonna get banged up, beat up, like, it gets frustrating trying to be that sacrificial lamb.
Everybody wants fame. You know what I'm saying?
Not me. I just want the cabbage, bro.
Everybody.
I just want the cabbage. Keep the fame.
Hey, I'm just saying, but when folks get that attention and the light is shining on them, and they start saying, "Well, hold on, wait, I could do it. Wait. Yeah, I mean, I could do the the message. Yeah, I'm with that. Somehow, I'm just saying, a lot of times that turns into something else. So and that's why again we have to stick to policy and not people. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow people. I mean, Malcolm X was dope, but he had his flaws. Dr. King was dope, and he had his flaws. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. So that's why it's and I can respect them both, and I can honestly look at them both and critique them both from a objective point of view. And I'm not saying critique them like I'm even on that level, but I'm just saying in terms of some of the things and actions they made and what some of the outcomes were.
In an ideal world, they could have made some adjustments.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I mean when I say that, ladies and gentlemen. But all I'm saying is, so I can look at from different perspectives. Look at both of them and just say, okay, they were good, they were bad, whatever, without feeling like I'm ruining their legacy in any sort of, or tarnishing their legacy by doing so. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we haven't. I don't know. We're not ready to really make those steps because we're too comfortable. I mean, because and one of the you might want to throw it up on the screen, but man, ladies and gentlemen, man, the question of the night. Man, so this brother, he said it to me, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, well, he didn't say it to me, but he said it in his chat. But he was like, he said he was talking about basically how black men. So he was the one who came up with this whole idea. The brother I was talking about named Riker the Street, but he said black men are too comfortable, and basically football to black men is what weave is to black women.
Football versus weave.
And I was like, wow. Kind of like how you be like, wow. Well, go ahead. I feel like you was about to say something.
I think it's an enjoyment. Football is an enjoyment, something that I enjoy watching, but not really a necessity for me. I think it's kind of a general statement, which it is. We can agree to disagree that it is a general statement, but I don't know, man. I think I'm just too simple. Like, cause a woman with weave is I don't know. I don't see her like as that attractive as somebody that's natural.
Oh yeah,
like it beautifies her. It makes her look like somebody from the magazines or whatever. But at the same time, like it makes me feel like you're covering up something. You're not being you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel
so like for football, like
so I think football ain't covering up nothing.
It's covering up something. It's covering up some. It's covering up some stuff.
Covering up your time, your insecurities, your
time, insecurity.
Man,
like how
I'm just saying,
wanting to be accepted.
Acceptance, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So it camaraderie, the fact that you don't have any friends, and this is how you spend your time. Whatever. Like this is, like it could be I won't say placebo. What's the word? Panacea for all sorts of things.
Man, it covers up a lot, man. Like I said,
yeah.
We look at each other. Like I said, we weigh each other up. Like somebody tell you, hey boy, hey, I lift every day, man. And you look at him sizing them up like, man, I could take this. I can take it. Like that happened to me all the time. People be, you know what I'm saying, like underestimating. I'm like, man, they just don't know, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that happens. We size each other up and we cover shit up. We you know what I'm saying? We all got insecurities, you know what I'm saying? That we cover up or whatnot. But like it's just accept your insecurities and just, you know what I'm saying, like live with it. Know that, okay, man, I got a bell pepper nose. I gotta be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, whoever I deal with gotta be cool with that too. And if you ain't cool with it, you can kick rocks. You know what I'm saying?
I got a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta be cool with that. So
barely breathe. They told me.
So you know what I'm saying? They gotta be cool with that, bro.
I mean, I feel you, but I guess what the guy was getting at is that we spend our time. This is how we waste our time.
Okay.
This is the way that
True.
This is the thing that we invest our time in to do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what he's saying.
But I'm saying like a lot of people getting chat groups or whatever, and all they discuss is football stats. The same thing with women. They get in groups and all they discuss is I want that new Remy, I want that 17B, whatever I don't know the numbers or whatever, they talk about that. Like, I got the new stuff. This is new stuff. Man, did you see what you call it? Tom Brady did. He signed with this new team and he's getting everybody over there. Blah blah blah. Like,
absolutely.
It's like everybody wants to be in the know. Like I know it. I'm bringing it to you first. So like, it's for bragging rights. It's for wasting time, and it's for just like for human comfort sometimes. But I'm saying like at the end of the day, the people, the minority, are not the ones that benefiting from it.
Sure, and that's what I'm saying. And that's the same thing with the NFL.
True.
There's people who you're not benefiting from it. You're not benefiting from, I mean, sure, you're watching the game, but who's ultimately benefiting? The owners. And how many owners are black? None. Okay, so what are we talking about? And then let's go back to the fact that I told you about before. Yeah, y'all want to sit and talk about free speech. Guess what? The NFL is a private institution, private organization. So we, the owners, we set the rules. And we say, if you want to get another one of these checks, nigga,
you better do this.
You better get up off that mother knee and act like you know what's what. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So so that's going on, and what do? We still watch. That's what I'm saying. We still watch.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. I still watch it.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. And so that's what I'm saying. When he said it, I was like, wow, that was quite a statement. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it was 100% like, yeah, that's it. But I could see his point. I could see the point he was looking to make.
We all have insecurities, men and women.
Yeah, we have. This is our outlet. This is the way I make myself feel good about myself or whatever. This is
getting some new weed, stepping out to the club. And, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know. But at the end of the day, what we need is you, me, and everybody else to go ahead and get this thing together and figure out how we can make this thing better. Thanks.
We're gonna do it over time.
Man.
I believe. I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Probably after I die or something, but it's gonna happen.
Oh man, after you die, you think
it's gonna happen?
Have to wait so you don't think that man? And y'all let us know in the comments. But for you don't think that you'll see any change or any actual change in your lifetime?
I ain't say it ain't gonna be no change. It ain't gonna be the change that
the actual change that we need.
The actual change that we need. It's gonna be some changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like today I got pulled over.
Oh, right on?
Yeah, I got pulled over.
Wow. Okay.
Cop was like I've never had a nicer cop in my life pull me over. Like,
okay.
You were doing.
They probably know what's going on.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
I really want to give you I really want to let it slide.
Yeah, like he's like, oh man, you doing this and blah 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 blah. Like, well, I'm gonna knock it down for you to make it only 5. You doing 5 over, and I'm like,
wow.
Bro, like, cop was super nice to me.
That's
like,
dope,
I'm like,
yeah,
okay. Mm-hmm. That's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Not because it was beneficial to me or whatever, but like
that's it was though.
But that's just how we supposed to deal with each other as humans.
Yeah,
you know
I mean,
saying?
and that's the thing. Like, and that's what I'm saying. So, I think that's the problem. That's the problem. That's what these riots honestly are all about. And that's what the marches, the protests, the kneeling. That's what everything has been all about. It's the fact that we just want equity. Equity. Let's show. Listen. What if this is what the outcome is? If this person does this, okay, cool. Because George Stinson over here did the same thing, and we were wondering how come he didn't get the same outcome. Because if Jamal Charles over here gets the same thing, no offense, what was that? If Jamal Charles ends up getting some sort of penalty for some sort of crime or whatever, then George Stinson should get that same.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. And when we see continually there are justifications and equivocations that are made in terms of, this person didn't get this because, I knew his mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it basically comes down to something like that. Or he was a friend of mine. We went to church together. We were on the same mother's board, preacher's board, so on circle. You know what I'm saying? We cooked cookies together back in the day. We used to be on the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever that is. Like, dude, there's always some sort of something that justifies you giving somebody else preferential treatment than people of color.
I think it's the capitalistic way of life.
Folks,
to be honest with you, it's a capitalistic way of life, man. Like, that comes with the whole capitalism.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it comes with it, because look at a country like Cuba. Like we were made to think that they are the worst people on earth because they don't live the way we live.
No, they just because they had
they ration out everything
just because of their leader, and they had a communist.
But Cuba's not that bad.
No, you been there?
Like
I don't
back
know.
in the day,
can you say that on the camera?
Back in the day,
can we say that on the camera? I don't know.
but nah, Cuba ain't that bad, bro.
Right. All right.
But we were like the media, everybody. We just perceived them as bad, and we just took it and ran with it. Like we don't want to do that. We capitalism is where it's at. Free market is where it's at.
No, there was a little bit more that was to that. I mean, basically, Cuba was being run by a regime that we were trying to take over, and so we tried to go in on several occasions. I think there was like 400 attempts made on dude's life, and we never ended up killing him. He ended up dying of natural causes. Not too long, like 2008, I think, something like that. But yeah, we never. We were just trying to take over the land. We were trying to take over a spot, and yeah, you're right, in the name of capitalism, because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? But facts remain that we had our opportunity to like broker deals with them, and we did so through Obama when he lifted the embargo. But since then, Trump has went ahead and canceled that.
F all this. We don't need that.
Yeah. So it's back to being vilified.
Look at Trump as a businessman. Like he's trying to look out for his best interests, his best benefits, or whatever. Like he saw America as a country that just let a black man in to run it, and it's like, well, you know what? I need to come back and manage this place. Make America great again. It's just about him managing it. It's not about him being a president.
America great again, folks.
It's never about him being a president. It's about just him managing it. That's what he's trying to do at this point. And he's doing a horrible job.
Bang up job. And we didn't even get on the COVID-19 and everything he did with that. But I don't want to get into that because, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand that I hate bad leaders. I can't stand them. I'm not a person who would challenge authority. I'm just a person who doesn't like bad authority, especially when I can tell, hey, you're leading us into a brick wall. I don't like brick wall leaders. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I roll. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way your boy go. Anyway, but man, I think we had a decent show. I was almost afraid that this was going to kind of turn into something. I was going to get a little emotional, whatever, especially when it came to Brother Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, his family, you know what I'm saying? Man, peace and restitution, please, in some sort of way to his family. I hope somehow they are able to feel not whole, but blessed in the fact that they had him as long as they did.
Right.
These are always tough, man, because it's like again, the fact that these happen so often, you know what I'm saying? And that's why on Fridays we got the drink. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to bring drinks to the info rail, because sometimes it's just a little too much. Sometimes it's time to unwind with your boys, your boy Seven, your boy Mr. Randy Hev. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to kick back and unwind and just say, man, do you believe this shit?
It's crazy, man.
And I'm just, again, and I want to thank each and every one of y'all for rocking with us this long, you know what I'm saying, and rolling with us like we've been doing. But I'll just go ahead and bring this thing to him. And man, how you feel?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. But before we end real quick, I just me, I'm just always putting out different people, like saying, hey, we can buy black, you know what I'm saying? Like right now we got absolutely the Midwest Dancehall Reggae Magazine.
Midwest Dancehall.
And it's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Pick up.
So they located on Facebook, Instagram, at Midwest Dancehall Reggae Magazine. So if you're tuning in with us, just go follow them or whatever. Look for updates on different reggae music, different reggae events going on in the city. So this week they're just our featured sponsor. So shouts out to the Midwest Dancehall Reggae Magazine. Like I said, Midwest Dancehall Reggae Magazine on Instagram, Midwest Dancehall Reggae Magazine on Facebook. Shouts out to this jockey, Junior George, doing his thing on Midwest Dancehall Reggae Magazine. And that's all I got,
Junior
man.
George.
And just like my regular quote, man, just remember, man, you don't. Life don't get easier, man. I keep messing it up, man. I ain't gonna mess it up. Listen, my regular thing, and I keep messing it up. Right, life doesn't get easier, but remember, you get stronger.
Man, and you know, I just want to, you know, I don't know. We had this whole thing with Joe Biden, you know, his whole "you ain't black" thing. Chris Cooper and his incident, even though he, you know, said he didn't wish everything happened to the Amy Cooper young lady. Basically, she weaponized her whiteness, and that could have turned to a horrible situation for Mr. Cooper, whether he likes it or not, or whether he acknowledges it or not. And then we also have, you know, of course the heinous murder of Mr. George Floyd, and you know, you know, it's like we're constantly asking, what should we do? What should be done? And you know, I don't know. People are talking about, like, what are the answers? We got people like, you know, D.L. Hughley talking about he's mad that Obama his picture didn't get hung in the White House. You know, and people trying to shame others for not voting. You know, if they voting for Trump for not, and all this other stuff. And honestly, I feel like ain't none of that. You ain't gonna find an answer in none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, it ain't Trump's issue. It's not the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he's the one who started this, because, you know, in all actuality, he's a symptom as well. You know what I'm saying? He's not the cause of this. America's been like this. We're not honest here. And if we can't be honest with everything that's going on, if we can't be honest with them, we at least need to be honest among one another. So then what do we need to do? I feel like we need to unify. And I honestly, I feel like it's coming back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just, you know what I'm saying, fishing for a pipe dream. But honestly, I feel like it's coming back, because it has to.
It's gonna happen, bro.
It has to. I mean, we need it like we need food, sunlight, and each other. You dig? So I mean, it's like the one thing that's been a threat to this country, to this growing, fledgling country, has been our unity. Our unity. They make books about it. Why are the black kids sitting together? You know what I'm saying? Why are we? I mean, why do they need to do a study on us? Because we want to be together. Because we need to be together. Because culturally we understand that we know we have to be together. I feel like we don't need a Black Wall Street for that. We don't need the Black Panthers for that. We don't need a Nation of Islam for that. Because all of those were behind an ideology. Or a bigger ideology that requires you to shun one or the other. No, what we need is an inclusive ideology that will bring us all together. And that only thing that I can think of, the only thing that I've seen that worked at one time, the only thing that I've seen to be a threat to this nation is unity. You know what I'm saying?
Unity.
And I know this sound like some old dude that's on, you know what I'm saying, on the tubes and talk about, you know, wop the Bama, you know what I'm saying, and they, you know what I'm saying, talk about something that's hot. I feel you, cool. But this is what we need still. At the end of the day, it might not be the most popular thing. It ain't gonna be hot on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But this is still something that's needed. And this is what we all need. You know what I'm saying? And until we get to that point, black men especially, until we get to that point of understanding that we need to unify. We need to let people know who we are, what we're about, why we're about it, and mean it. We need to do that until we get to that point. And I told my cousin, I hate to hear him say until, but seriously, until we get to that point,
we're going to get there.
I mean, this is what we're going to keep encountering. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Otherwise, we're going to be on the streets. For real, I feel like that's where it's gonna be. Like otherwise, we gonna be on the streets and ain't no riot or no protest or no march gonna fix it. But you know, what I'm saying, holla at your boy. This is all I know. I've been given a couple of degrees and all that stuff, and so I got a couple of validations from them. But I'm gonna let you know, don't none of that mean nothing to me. Y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this whole thing is about. Y'all. So anyway. I'm
about to say, man, my degrees come from Walgreens. You know?
Man,
I'm 5.
Man, he's out right. It's filled with mercury. You dig? 98.6 last I checked. You know what I'm saying? All my degrees. You dig? But no, I'm just saying, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep going on, but real talk, and this is my closing. I just feel like we need to unify. This is what it's all about. You and I unify until the day we die. Period. Otherwise. I mean, what they say? United we stand, divided we fall.
United we stand, divided we fall.
It's even worse than that.
And let's just be confident that we can do it.
United we stand, divided we watch TV, get comfortable, we sit on the couch and say, "Ooh, what happened to such and such? Where he go? Ooh, what happened? Let me get my phone. Ooh." I'm sorry. That's it. All right.
That's what's up, man. Thanks for joining us on the Kansas City Info Rail. This has been a great episode, man. We had a great discussion, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm getting a lot of feedback on my phone. They're saying, I like what y'all talking about.
Man,
whatever.
I appreciate the folks riding and rocking with us all this way and all this time. I didn't get my good people, you know what I'm saying, Les and Vince to come through, but I appreciate Rio and Kiaro rocking with us this time.
Man, we appreciate
everybody.
Shout
out to Brandon,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the good people. Shout out to Candace. I appreciate your input. You know what I'm saying? My boy Reggie, Big Chuck, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy from Chicago. And by way of Young Hall. Anyway, but yeah, shout out.